right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev, wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Gotta think he's gonna try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight. So here he is, the former 2-division UFC champion, Georges St-Pierre. He's the most prolific takedown artist on paper in UFC history. Despite not having any amateur wrestling chops to speak of, this is a man who, at least in my mind, turned the MMA takedown into a thing.
Yes, he did. He made it all look so smooth and so great. But it was the striking of Georges St-Pierre that was so good that made you have to be on awareness the whole time. So as the hands well, Georges St-Pierre had the timing that was unmatched at the time in mixed martial arts. One of the first guys that was truly able to do everything. Before we had specialists, and then we had Georges St-Pierre, he truly changed the game.
Hall of Famer Georges St-Pierre, ready to reward his supporters once again here tonight. Our tail of the tape for this middleweight fight. All right, now for the particulars, he is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Khamzat Chimaev! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC middleweight champion and former UFC welterweight champion and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Georges St-Pierre!
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready. Good.
All right, so the all-timer Georges St-Pierre is back on the proving ground tonight. Early portions of this round, he got off to a pretty good start. Feels like the jab was a big key, and the corner just did a masterful job, I thought, with those 60 seconds. Sort of centering their pupil as great as he is, and just making sure that all his ducks are in that proverbial row. Oh, Superman punch! All right, early action here. We'll see how soon Georges St-Pierre can get one of his patented takedowns, but it all works off of the jab that you saw right there.
It does. I mean, he has a beautiful jab, and I've seen him do so much damage with that jab. You know, I keep calling back to fights, but I remember him and Josh Koscheck. The moment the fight started,
guillotine attempt. Now looks as though he's got the neck. Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense.
Postures up now and lands the vicious head strike. Oh, big elbow.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position. Oh, poor attack. Yup. Oh, it's getting very, very deep.
Wow, somehow, some way he gets the arm out.
It looked like he was done, John, but he was able to stay comfortable, stay patient, and now he finds himself safe. Striking from every position, lands a strike from the bottom. Big ground and pound. Nice defense.
Well, he grounded him, and now he's trying to pound him out. Great ground strikes here. Chimaev's looking to pass from full guard into half guard here, but he's denied.
He's got to be careful here. Now he's on top, exactly where he wanted to go.
Posture's up now. Oh, and delivers. Huge punch to the head there. Oh, another strike lands from the top.
He passes the half.
Chimaev's looking to pass out of the half guard and attain side control here, but unable to do so. Nicely done. Under a minute now to go. Well, how about the movement off of the back? Nice job to avoid the ground and pound here. Well, he continues to manhandle him here on the ground. Lands with the ground and pound here.
Way to stay aware and stay safe defensively.
Ooh, it's tight. Oh, favoring position over submission.
Very smart decision. You never want to value the submission over keeping dominant position.
Second round, straight ahead.
Sit down and take a deep breath. Let's relax. You lost that last round. You're losing the fight. You need to change things up quick. Remember the game plan. Let's go back to that.
While we look back at some of the replays from that previous round, DC, a lot of good action for fight fans over those 5 minutes.
I mean, high pace, high intensity, all action first round, both landed, multiple strikes. What a great round of fighting.
All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground, DC. Talk us through the highlight.
Yeah, man, you see two high-level grapplers going after it. One guy gets an advantage, the other guy always has a response. We thought it was over. A lesser opponent would have been submitted, but these two are two of the best grapplers in the entire UFC. Nice job defensively. He blocked that punch. Nasty high kick. How is he still standing?
This fight's going to be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when he thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly. In the half guard. There it is. Now he's on the mount.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by GSP.
Gotta be careful here.
Oh!
Wow, both of them are landing massive shots.
Might be able to hook onto an arm here. Oh, looks like he might get the finish here.
This has to be it, John. It's gotta be it.
Oh, he's out!
He actually escaped. Look, I gotta stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me.
These are big shots, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing,
Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get enough pressure to finish his technique.
Oh, he got it. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Chimaev's in half guard. Well, sometimes our stat guys are stingy with these submission attempt numbers. There have been a lot of them here. Submission defense has held up every step of the way.
Yeah, he's a great grappler, and he's really, really good defensively because he is so aware of all situations when he's on the ground. He has done an amazing job staying out of those submissions.
All right, so he continues to land a high volume of strikes. He talked to us a lot about pace and pressure, and he has certainly kept up his end of the bargain.
I mean, the cardio is fantastic tonight. He is pushing at a level that we have not seen him fight before. This is shades of Colby Covington, Max Holloway, those guys that can fight all night. He is showing you that he has done the work in the training room, and it's on full display tonight.
Big combination here of ground and pound strikes. Nice work by Khamzat Chimaev. Constantly a moving target.
He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
All right, round 3 coming up next. All right, there's the end of the round, so it was a huge strike to the head that stunned his opponent and nearly got him out of there.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A big strike lands, his opponent's on wobbly legs. That is exactly what you want to see as you're walking back to your stool. Your opponent staggering back to his corner and being hopeful that he can get it back together before the start of the next round.
3rd round underway.
Nice combination there. Shots that if you take one of them in the night, that will land right on the spot.
Well, that oh! Superman punch lands. All right, so he finally gets the takedown here. He kept on trying, stayed committed. He told us before the fight, at some point, I'm gonna be able to take him down, and that's exactly the way it played out.
Yes, smart adjustment. Yep. Gotta watch his neck.
Oh, look out, folks. That is tight.
It looks like it's getting going.
All right, so now going to position over submission as he bails on the sub. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now. I know the crowd thinks it's funny when this happens, but if you're the bottom fighter, nothing funny about it.
It's not funny. This is not a fun position to be in fighting. You've got to try and change immediately because you are carrying someone's weight, whether it's their bottom half weight or the top half. You are carrying their weight, whether you got their armpit in your face or you got their legs over the top of you. It is not comfortable. So you need to be trying to move.
Attempting a choke now.
Yep, that guillotine's deep.
Oh, how about this as he jumps to side mount to try to counter the guillotine. Oh, he's out. Oh, good shot landed there from the bottom.
Get them out here. Oh.
Nicely done there as he forces the miss from his opponent. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Crowd always laughs when they go north-south, DC. Well, St-Pierre's right back to the full mount here.
Great defense by this fighter.
Ground and pound the hammer. Mark Coleman would be proud. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds. All right, so we now look back at some of the action from that previous round, DC. A lot of good highlights on both sides.
I mean, a lot of good highlights from both competitors. They both should be very proud of what they accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, I'm not sure they can keep this up. If they land at this clip for another 5 minutes, somebody's going to sleep.
You ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. Side kick now. Oh, and the Superman punch is good. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. And a nice job at least staying upright on that.
He does a phenomenal job of actually attacking the takedowns off of his punches. He's going guillotine. Bad submission. Right now, it looks like he tried to set up an arm triangle choke. He needs to secure the left arm, push it across, and secure it with his head. Great submission defense on full display by the opponent.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by GSP. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC. Side control now. Well, St-Pierre's back to the north-south. Can't get it. Good awareness by the defensive fighter. Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running a guy over, Jonathan, he just gets up.
Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does.
Win the scramble! Win the scramble!
Just over 2 minutes to go. Oh, the ground and pound is there.
Now he's got a good body position, yup.
Chimaev's in half guard. Nice job staying offensive there as he lands a shot from the bottom. And very effective with the ground and pound.
This man is landing brutal ground and pound.
Back mount now. All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter. Oh, Darce choke, locked and loaded.
Oh, he's getting submitted.
Oh, he got out.
He got out and defended. John, I thought it was over. I thought it was done. It was so tight. It was deep. They were hip to hip. I thought the fight was done. Great job and awareness by this young man to defend that Darce choke.
20 down, 5 to go.
Take a deep breath and relax. You won that last round because you're being lazy. You're letting him start the submission, and then you can defend no problem. This round, I want you to go out there and beat him.
All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
All right, so there's the end of the round. We had a big submission attempt there midway through, but largely the submission defense held it.
It wasn't tight. We thought the fight was over, but stayed patient, stayed calm, relaxed, and found his way out of that deep submission.
GSP gets absolutely tagged by that stiff jab.
Ooh, another shot to the head.
Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue. Chimaev's bleeding from the mouth, Daniel. Looks as though there's a cut on his lip. Excessive blow right there, DC. He's rising.
That was a beautiful hook. It landed perfectly, and it hurt his opponent very bad.
Well, no denying that he rocked him, but couldn't quite get the finish.
He hurt him real bad, but he couldn't find the shot that would put him to sleep. He threw a lot of punches, but he couldn't get the one to land on the button that would end the night.
Outstanding pressure from top position here by GSP.
Setting up a submission.
Oh, that Kimura looks tight. Oh, so how about that? The offensive fighter bails on the submission now.
Very smart. You gotta keep position over submission.
Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do, eventually it will show itself. Right now, it's starting to show.
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position. And you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position.
Trying to set up a choke here. Oh, that looks tight. seconds to go to decide this one. Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by GSP.
Oh, good defense, yes.
1 minute to go in the fight. Chimaev's pass is denied. All right, so the fighter's able to reverse position on the ground, and now he's got the dominant position.
Yeah, what a great job recognizing that once he got the reversal, he went right to his offense. He didn't wait, John. He did a good job of while his opponent goes, oh my goodness, I lost the position. He said, no, we're not done. I'm going to get to a dominant position myself.
Nice positional control here. Oh, back and forth action right till the final horn. What a tremendous finish to this one as we go the full 25 minutes. All right, so the fighters go the distance here tonight, but it went a whole lot better for one of them than the other. Talk us through the replays, champ.
Some decisions are different than others, and his striking really did separate him from the competition. He fought so well in the stand-up game that he should get a very easy decision.
Official decision now in. The buff has it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 48-47. For the winner by unanimous decision, Khamzat Chimaev.
All right, so you heard it there from Buff. Khamzat Chimaev gets it done on the scorecards. He's your winner by decision tonight, and in large part because he wasn't going to force the finish.
No, he wasn't going to force the finish. He wasn't going to put himself in bad positions. He was okay with however the fight ended, whether it be a finish